Everything's gonna be alright. And when we get there, I'ma see a pretty young thing. I'ma ask her to take my hand. Head to the floor, we gon' dance. And when we get there, best believe we're gonna do a two-step. Ain't no drama in here, so don't stress. Step to the right, then side to the left. Yeah. I'm in love with the nightlife. When we're in the limelight, makes me feel like everything is gonna be alright. I'm in love with the nightlife. When we're in the limelight, makes me feel like everything is gonna be alright.
Good evening, welcome to the Stephen Knight Show. Hope you're having a wonderful Monday. We're going to try to make it a little bit better for you. Tonight we welcome from the Phirm Organization founder Tony Morris. Find out about the organization and everything they're doing in the community. Then we welcome very talented chart-topping MC T BARZ. She has a new single that we'll play later on in the show. Hot Topics, we're talking about everything that everyone's talking about. Cuba Gooding Jr. got in trouble recently for groping a woman at a lounge in Manhattan, New York, and then found out what a student did when he found out his parents were doing drugs. A lot we're going to talk about in Hot Topics. But listen, movie reviews, sports, fashion, the best indie music out there. I know everyone's their predictions on what's going to happen in the game tonight with the NBA finals. So we'll talk about that with Aaron. But look, when we come back, Hot Topics, right back after this.
I love the way you call my name. It's a feeling I can't explain. Your love drives me crazy. You know it makes me go insane. I never thought I would fall this hard for a girl I barely know. No matter how hard I try, I realize this feeling I can't control. I can't stop loving you, loving you, girl, I want this forever, I want you always. I can't get enough. I'm addicted to love, I'm addicted to love, I'm addicted to love, I can't get enough. I'm addicted to love, I'm addicted to love. Is it the way you wear your hair, or the way you make me stare? Your love takes over me. Baby girl, you make me weak. And though I barely know this girl, she's always on my mind. A love story found in movies. This took me by surprise. I can't stop loving you, loving you, girl, I want this forever, I want you always. I can't get enough. I'm addicted to love, I'm addicted to love, I'm addicted to love, so addicted, I can't get enough. I'm addicted to love, I'm addicted to love. on dummy, make the beat and I'm gon' keep it.
Yeah. I wrote this song for you, girl. What up, baby? Yeah, she got good, no feelings. Good, with no feelings. Good, with no feelings. Good, with no feelings. I be thinking about the money when I'm dealing. Got me all in my feelings. Good, with no feelings. Shorty, put your hands to the ceiling. Good, she don't blow the phone up. She from the hood, but handle shit just like a grown up. She even chill, yeah, the can get her own bucks. She got a car, got a crib, got her own stuff. So good, she got me on stuff. Her attitude make a nigga want her. My niggas always asking where her homegirls. Got a nigga send a text like when you gon' cut. She gon' treat a nigga like a option. She don't give a about me poppin'. I'ma be the that we boxing. She don't sell no like a auction. But she gon' still like shit with a cash at. Her Instagram bio is a cash at. I think I really like her cause I fat. Got a like where you wearing? She got good, no feelings. Good, with no feelings. Good, with no feelings. Good, with no feelings. I be thinking about the money when I'm dealing. Got me all in my feelings. Good, with no feelings. Should've put your hands to the ceiling. She done got her heart broke for the last time. She done get her broken her last time. Now she drink, now she smoke just to pass time. She ain't looking for no nigga, it's a bad time. FaceTime a nigga when it's bad time. She got the iPhone and she got the trap line. She tellin' no when I exit the cat mine. But I still kid her till it's flatline. Shorty fine as a but she heartless. She gon' talk to them niggas with the harshness. Back it up like a truck, baby, park it. If the ain't good, then she garbage. She don't need a nigga for a damn thing. Pull a nigga quick like a hamstring. So good it make a man sing. Got me writing song, that's a damn shame. She got good, no feelings. Good, with no feelings. Good, with no feelings. Good, with no feelings. I be thinking about the money when I'm dealing. Got me all in my feelings. Good, with no feelings. That shooter, put your hands to the ceiling. This song goes out to every girl in the world that got good with no feelings. Got me thinking about what I'm dealing. Yeah. Somebody at the city girls tell him I need them on a remix. Yeah.
What's good? It's your girl T BARZ, and you're listening to the Stephen Knight Show.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Want to remind you, we're all over social media: Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Instagram, and of course, our official website, thestephennightshow.com. You can also check us out on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Just go to our website, thestephennightshow.com. Miss Parker, how's it going?
Hey, happy Monday. How are you?
I cannot complain. How was your weekend?
Laid back, pretty laid back. You know, it rained. We had a tsunami here, so
Right.
I didn't do much. I ended up getting out Saturday evening after being in the house like 2 days. I didn't go anywhere on Friday either. But the rain just kind of threw me off, which was fine. I needed to kind of relax anyway. So spent most of the weekend home. Went out Saturday evening, had dinner with some friends, and grabbed some drinks, but nothing too much.
Okay.
How was your weekend?
Our weekend was cool. I actually went to the movies on Friday. I went and saw the new X-Men movie. What's it called, Chike?
Phoenix. Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, saw that. And then I actually went to our spot, Miss Parker, our the Mexican spot, where we had drinks there after the movies. And then on Saturday,
You guys didn't eat?
well, they ate. I didn't eat because I ate at the movie. But then on Saturday, I went to a birthday dinner. Have you been to this place called? It's either called Gravy and Greens or Greens and Gravy.
Greens and gravy, yeah.
On Aberdeen?
Darius. Darius is the owner. He also owned a seafood spot. It's called, I can't remember. It's something crab.
Okay.
But he's a pretty popular chef.
Yeah, it's really good. It was really, really good. I had lobster mac and cheese, and I had a crab cake. Well, I tell you, nothing but meat in both. The only thing is they need to work on their customer service a little bit. But their waitress was cool.
Yeah.
But they were a little understaffed, I guess, because our hostess ended up being our waitress. And she'd only been there 2 weeks, but she was good. She was good. But it was good. That was good. And then after we went to Whiskey Blue, which they've made some changes up there. It was nice. It was really nice. And yesterday I just hung out with some friends for a little bit because I had to get up bright and early this morning to be downtown. But it was a good weekend. It was a good weekend.
Good.
Chicky, how was your weekend?
Weekend was awesome. Here in Philadelphia, we have the yearly Dune Day Festival, and it's every second Sunday in June every year, and that's basically like an African New Year celebration.
Nice.
So it's very Afrocentric, very African-based, drums, street vendors, just beautiful chocolate people out in the street in the sun, enjoying themselves with positive energy.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was real nice.
That's dope, yeah. All right, well, excuse me, our question of the day is, have you ever gotten back with an ex and made it work? Ms. Parker.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's all I have.
GK, what about you?
As Oprah said, hell no. No.
Yeah, I haven't either. I was reading some of the comments on the responses on Facebook, and several of them, they got back with their exes and they actually got married. 2 women. They posted it. Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, tweet us at home. Stephen I Show SHO, let us know, have you ever gotten back with an ex and made it work? All right, so hot topic. So on April 7, 2018, Everett Palmer Jr. told his brother that he was going to drive from Delaware to New York to visit his sick mother. Now, prior to leaving town, he went to handle a Pennsylvania DUI warrant from an incident in 2016 to assure that his driver's license would be valid. On April 9th, 2018, Everett Palmer was dead, according to CNN. His family was told that he died in police custody at the York County Prison. It is now June 10th, 2019, and Palmer's family still is in the dark about how or why their loved one died. In fact, they said when the body came back, when they got the body, his throat, heart, and brain were missing. Now, York County coroner's Pam Gay refutes this claim. She said pretty much that there were never any organs missing, and she was saying that when they do the autopsies, they actually contract the service out. So she said they utilize a team in Allentown. That's who retains the specimens. They don't always tell us what they retain. We made that clear to the family from the beginning. Well, the family has hired a famed civil rights attorney, Lee Merritt, who believes that this incident is a cover-up. They said that in the initial autopsy by York County Coroner's Office, they stated that Palms died after an incident following an excited state, during which he began hitting his head against the inside of his cell door and was restrained. The report says that Palm became agitated as a result of a methamphetamine toxicity. A probable sickle cell disorder was listed as a contributing factor. Do you believe that the police are covering up this story, or who do you believe, Ms. Parker?
I have 2 things to say about that. So,
okay.
I do know that there are cases where people's organs are sold, but that's usually in hospitals. Like recently, a man overheard, he was in a coma, but he was coming out of it, but he couldn't speak, and he overheard this on CNN. He overheard doctors like pretty much plotting to sell his organs. So there is a black market for it, and there was a boy, a black boy, who was found in his university gym with a UNLV hat on, wrapped up in a mat.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
I know that there's a black market for that, and it's very valid and it's real. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, so I'm very mindful of like what I believe and what I don't believe.
Right.
But I do. There is a market for it. But this case, when I heard this case and I read this case, I think what happened is they took the organs away that were going to prove how he died, right? And so there is a cover-up, I think, as to what really happened to him. I don't think what happened to him was natural causes or anything that he did. I think maybe there was an incident where they injected him with something, because the body parts that were removed were parts that would retain a chemical. If he was having injected or any kind of drugs put in him, that's the body parts. Those are the body parts that will retain those specimens. And then a third thing I thought about, so I thought, okay, well, maybe because they did use a third party, and people are very careless with bodies.
Yep.
Maybe they took things out to do their work and never put things back in. That is possible too, because you hear cases where funeral homes and these places that take care of bodies when people are gone, being careless, not burning the right body, not burying the right body, misplacing bodies. So those things happen. Whatever happened, the family needs to have answers, because they're already grieving, right?
Right.
And so I think it's the state's responsibility to make sure that they get those answers. It's not going to take away their pain, but it's going to help them get through their grief a little better than not knowing. I think not knowing, you suffer more. So ease the suffering of the family. The right thing to do is to get them answers.
Exactly. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Chike, what are your thoughts?
Smells all foul to me. This is the tri-state area in which I live. So Delaware to Allentown is a big leap. You have just two different states.
Right.
So you're talking about Delaware and you're talking about Pennsylvania. Allentown is a grip away from Philadelphia even. So you have contracts with a company in Allentown and you're in another state.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't you deal with somebody in your own state?
That makes sense. Yeah, that's true.
And furthermore, he was gearing up for a trip to go to New York.
Right.
So I don't know about any of you, but when you gear up to go on a trip, you have all your essentials with you. All your credentials are in order. And he was actually going over to the station to ensure that his trip was going to be on board.
Right.
Before he left. That means he had paperwork with him. So if this man did die in your custody, there was ample information for you to be able to reach out to the family and say, hey, this is what's going on, this is what happened.
Yeah.
Hey, your relative is no longer with us. No one was reached, no one was notified until after his body was dealt with. That doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't even sound legal.
Yeah, it does sound very shady. Very shady. Well, our thoughts with the prayer of the family. I hope that they do find out what happened to him, because if he was preparing, like you said, preparing to get his stuff in order to make sure he could drive legally and all that. How you end up dead in police custody? I don't. All right. Well, switching gears. So Rihanna, it was announced last week that she is the richest female artist. Well, her LYFE is packed with fashion moves, beauty works, and making music. But the bad girl is still making time for herself and for love. In an interview magazine, Riri served gangster looks and raw vulnerability in an interview with Ocean 8's co-star Sarah Paulson. Highlights from the interview include talks about love, religion, and future kids. But first, Rihanna gives updates on her much-anticipated album. She said, it really does suck that I can't just come out, because I'm working on a really fun one right now. I'm really happy with lots of the material we have so far, but I'm not going to put out until it's complete. It makes no sense to rush it, but I want to get it out. I've gotten to the point where I'm like, even if I don't have time to shoot videos, I'm going to put the album out. With her love life, Rihanna was a little more coy, but we all know that she's has her boyfriend, long-term boyfriend, billionaire, Saudi boyfriend, Hassan Jamel. Paulson asked her, are you dating? Rihanna put, Google it. And she said, are you in love? She said, of course I am. She said, are you going to get married? Rihanna paused. Paulson said, she's silent. Rihanna said, only God knows that girl. We plan, God laughs, right? Now, if you wonder if Rihanna wants kids, the answer is 100% yes. Paulson asked her, do you want to be a mother? Rihanna said, more than anything in life. Paulson said, I've seen you with kids on Instagram. She said, my little cousin, Majesty, she's here with me waiting in the pool. What are your thoughts on Rihanna opening up about her relationship and wanting to be a mother?
I'm not the type of person person that wants those kind of details from celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
I'm old-fashioned fan. Like,
Right.
I don't really care about their personal stuff that much.
Yeah.
But, you know, good luck to her. She seems to be in a good place. I'm happy that she came out of the Chris Brown thing. I'm happy that she's been able to, you know, open different businesses, create different avenues. I think she's a good person. So I think when you're a good person, good things happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
So she deserves much good that she has coming. And, you know, if her love life and personal life is going well, then, you know, best of luck to her with that as well.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Chika?
I wish her well in all of her endeavors. Rihanna's not really, I don't mean to be mean, but she's not really on my radar for the most part. I like some of her music, but I don't like intensely follow her like that.
Mm-hmm.
I wish her well. I'm glad she's happy, and I'm sure we're going to get some fire music because of her happiness.
Yeah. I like the fact that she talked mostly about her music and not her personal life. You know what I mean? You want to know she's relationship? Google it. You know what I mean? And she didn't want to have kids, but she really spent most of the interview, what it seems, on her music. And everyone's been wondering, where is this new music at? Where's this new music? They've been harassing her about it, so it's good to know that she's working on something.
Well, I'm from the adage of if you take time. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ms. Parker.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I'm from old school. I want you to take time because I want you to take time to make it perfect.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, I'm a big Rihanna fan, like music-wise, so I'm really looking forward to it because I loved her last album. Like, it got me through a lot of workouts.
Yeah.
She had to grow on me as well, but I think it's because I like her as a person. I honestly think she's just a really kind person, a good person, and for what I've seen, a person who tried to make good decisions about her life and her career and the influence that she has over young women. So she definitely has grown on me, and I'm looking forward to some new stuff from her. But it's supposed to be a reggae album, so I'm really excited about that.
Oh, yeah. That'll be hot. All right, well, check this out. So there's an elementary school student in Washington who he went to the school, Edison Elementary. He showed up to school with a bag of methamphetamines that he took from his parents. He turned it into the principal at the school. They said the principal and the office administrator were befuddled when the child handed him what appeared to be a small plastic bag of methamphetamine. He reportedly found the drugs in his home on Wednesday morning and ended up bringing it to school because he was afraid to return home. Now, the particular child was brave for coming to us with this. This was Lieutenant Aaron Kim says for the police district. He told Yahoo Lifestyle that it's difficult, especially for elementary school kids, to report this kind of thing when it involves a family member. Once the child provided additional information to the school resource officer about his parents' behavior, the detectives went to the home where they found fentanyl pills and other drug paraphernalia. They suspected the kid obviously saw the drugs before, and they encourage other kids to, if you don't feel comfortable going to school, go to a firehouse, go to a police station. But his parents are 29-year-old Jennifer Edwards and 29-year-old Daniel O'Leary. They were arrested for possession, of a controlled substance and are currently booked at Benton County Jail. And him and his sister have been turned over to Child Protective Services. What are your thoughts?
I think the poor baby was probably just tired of being in a toxic home.
Yeah.
When you're dealing with parents who are on drugs, it's hard and it's a challenge on a day-to-day basis. It's like an emotional journey and trauma that you're going through. So I think he did the right thing. I think he probably just didn't have any other choice. It's really a sad situation because it just breaks my heart that kids are put in that. They don't choose to be.
Right.
They don't choose to be. When I was growing up, I had a cousin who was on drugs, and her kids are adults now, but the effects from them being with her and living with her is still there. Like, they can't get themselves together. They have so much trauma and so much hurt and pain from experiencing that.
Yeah.
And so I think the little boy probably just needed to get out of that situation. That was the only way he knew how, was like telling. So I'm happy he's out, and I hope that they can either get themselves together and get their kids back, or hopefully the kids can find another home.
That's true. Chika?
Well, I pray that the situation in which the child is in now with Child Protective Services is one that him and his sister can feel safe and protected.
Yeah.
Because it would be something if you're in a bad situation and then you do something thinking that it's going to be better, and then you go into an even worse situation.
It's true.
So I'm just hoping that he's protected in being nurtured, him and the sister, in this new situation that they're in, because that could be really traumatic.
Mm-hmm. You know, when I was back when I lived in Virginia, I was right out of college. I was a truancy counselor for elementary school kids. I had 7 elementary schools that I serviced, and there was one kindergartner. He was either kindergarten or first grade. I can't remember which one, but he didn't want to come to school. And so I met with his parents, and they didn't know why he wanted to go to school or whatnot. And, I was telling him, you have to go to school. It's against the law for you not to go to school. Your parents can go to jail. And one day he blurted out that he can't go to school because if he does, he's going to beat her. So this little kid wanted to stay home with to protect his mom from his grown dad. Turned out both of them were on drugs. And I remember when we were going to escalate the situation, they moved. So I can only imagine it was him and his little sister. She was like 3. I just pray to God because it was horrible. These kids go through so much, and so I do hope they're in a better situation.
That's just very sad.
It is. Well, our last story. So actor Cuba Gooding Jr. is being accused of behaving a little perv after allegedly putting his hands on a woman while partying in New York City over the weekend. Now, according to NYPD, a 30-year-old woman accused the Jerry Maguire star of grabbing her breast while they were at Magic Hour rooftop bar and lounge in Manhattan. Reportedly, they were socializing. Things went horribly wrong because of his drunkenness. Page 6 reports that the two got into an argument after the alleged incident, and that had to be broken up by security. The alleged victim filed a report with the NYPD for forcible touching, and the police are looking to speak with Gooding Jr. There's a video of him singing at the club. But so far, Cuba Gooding Jr. hasn't made any statements or response to police over the groping accusations. What are your thoughts?
I think he needs to watch his drinking because, you and I have had this conversation. People act differently when they're drunk or under influence. Like, people are happy, I'm a lovey-dovey, I'm a huggy person. And then some people are angry and rude. And so you know that you're one of those people who's very inappropriate when you're drunk. You don't need to get drunk.
Right.
And if you can't drink without getting drunk, then you have a problem. So because this is not the first time. I know that he got arrested because him and his wife got into altercation.
Yep.
And she claimed he hit her while she was drunk. While he was drunk. So, I think there is an issue with alcohol, excessive alcohol, and he may be one of those people who don't need to drink.
Yeah. Chica?
Oh, not radio, man. Radio, chill. Can't be out here acting and wilding out. We got enough people wilding out. Calm down.
Right.
Get yourself into a 30-day program, man. Get it together.
Yeah, I do.
Check out some new good movies.
Yeah, I do remember other things about him and alcohol before. So yeah, definitely, you don't want to get to the point where you getting in trouble with the law and abusing people, young women, and all that. So definitely get it together. Well, listen, Ms. Parker, thank you so much as always for Hot Topics. Chike, I'll see you in movie reviews, and everyone have a great week. Okay.
Have a great week, guys.
All right. Right back after this.
Who do you love? Are you for sure? Screaming out like, who do you love? No IG. With all of these bros, I swear one of y'all coming home. Yeah. John Wall, I'm finna flex. If I'm with you, but then I'm finna sex. I don't apologize for nothing in the past. Bad boy, I'm puffy combs in the flesh. Like, oh no. DJ knocking that new joint. Molly in a drink, now she tryna. Shorty
the air and the bottom's up, like way up. See, I'm a real, I don't chase them. Throw a couple dollars for a fast break. Hit a 1-2, now that's a layup. You hater.
Who do you love? Are you for sure?
Is it me?
Who do you love?
Yeah.
Are you for sure?
Tell me, is it me, girl?
Are you for sure?
Do you love?
Do you love?
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't got a problem being friends with you. Long as you got plans to bring your friends with you. Couldn't give a if your man's with you. Girl, why you acting like I am with you? Yo, like you don't know. Getting bucky in the back of the photo. Got you missing from the party like we're homegirl. Ask shorty, can she take it? She like, oh no. The sky is the limit. Oh hell no, it isn't. One moon and the stars. You know I got chips, is you free though to lay up? Bars, talking about who do you love? Baby, you know I'm the one.
Talking about who do you love? Baby, you know I'm the one. Who do you love? Are you for sure?
Are you for sure?
Are you for sure?
Who do you love?
Are you for sure?
Are you?
Who do you love?
Who do you love, girl? Hey. Are you sure? Whoa. Who do you love, girl? Let it flow. Hey. Who do you love, girl? Who do you love? Who do you love? Who do you love? Yeah, of course.
I've never been one to hate, but when I think of all you did when you was all up in my crib, it kinda made me feel away. Now I feel away. I had your back since day one, I never let you hit the ground, but you was really kinda selfish, should've known you was a clown. You was real sneaky with it, always going through my phone. I hope you found what you was looking for, cause now I'm really gone. And I'm never looking back now, cause that shit was whack. You was really talking crazy, even tried to call me lazy. You forget who feeding you, you forget who getting food. Should've let your ass stop, cause I wasn't in the mood, but I tried to play it cool. Then you thought I was a fool, trying to be someone you're not. Yeah, I call you. Worry about everyone else, you need to worry about yourself. Can't even pay your own car. Damn, I thought you was a star. You was flexing for the gram, but I don't even give a damn, cause I'ma call you on your shit. Yeah, I'ma call you on your shit. Cause, yeah, you a stupid ass nigga. You was always fucking broke when you walked through the door. Should've known you was a joke. You a fucking joke. Yeah, you a stupid ass nigga. You was always fucking broke when you walked through the door. Should've known you was a joke. You a fucking joke. You was really insecure. Didn't think that your love was pure. Yeah, I text another nigga, cause I thought that he was realer. Taking him out my phone, how the fuck you figure? When we went to the club, you ain't had a cash, so I had to make sure your friends let you pass. Yeah, that shit was mad whack. You was really close-minded, couldn't live with that. And if I want to be honest, I just want my cash back. How could you sleep on me? Always looking right, and I keep my body tight. Yeah, I probably would've never spilled your tea, but now it's time for me to let the whole world see that you ain't shit. You never was, you never will be. Oh. Yeah, you a stupid ass nigga. You was always fucking broke when you walked through the door. Should've known you was a joke.
Hey, this is Tyler Chronicles, man. You know the voice and you made your choice. You are listening to the Stephen Knight Show, every night show. Hey, now.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Our guest tonight is the founder of the Phirm Organization, which was established in 1997 to foster a brotherhood and network value resources. Tonight, Tony Morris joins us to tell us all about it. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good afternoon.
Good evening. Yeah, good evening. Good evening. I know the day goes by so fast.
It do, bro. It do. I'm honored to be here.
Well, I appreciate it for sure. So before we go into the organization, tell us a little bit about you and your background.
Background is initially, I had a healthcare background, and from there I transitioned into testing and telling people they were HIV positive or not. And if they were, we got them into services, and if they were not yet doing risky behavior, then we counseled them on how to do, keep themselves protected.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I transitioned into working with adjudicated youth, males in particular ages 15 to 19, and I became residential director of a holding facility. And so basically a lot of my background is social services.
Yeah.
How you can do some social impact kind of work. And, it complements my mindset that I had when I started the firm as well.
So what was it that decided the factor that said, okay, it's time for me to take all the experience I have and create my own organization?
Well, I mean, honestly, if you talk to anybody that I grew up with, they'll tell you that they call me Big Ant in the neighborhood.
Okay.
They'll tell you that, I always was the one that was, just coordinating the adventure, like Saturday morning, everybody had their bikes ready.
Right, yeah. Okay.
I just always like bringing like-minded friends, people, together. If anybody was an underdog, I like to fold them into, the popular kid kind of thing, just to basically show everybody the same person,
exactly,
underneath the skin.
Yeah.
And so I brought the firm together because, we were a group of young professionals at the time that, at the time where a lot of people in their mid to early 20s was doing like dead-end jobs,
right,
not to be judgmental,
yeah,
but we had already had established careers.
Okay.
And I just thought it was decent if you ever known like one friend, if you had known a group of friends but none of them knew each other, I was like the hub that always would talk about, I was just talking about this with a friend,
oh, yeah,
kind of thing. So what I did was I decided it'd be dope if I brought all these friends together, and sit down and just let the vibe happen.
Right. Yeah.
And that happened, and then we formed the Phirm Organization in my living room, and the rest, was history.
Yeah.
And the firm formation was really out of let's make sure that we're making such a good salary right now. A lot of them was in their first apartments. I was living with my mom, and I was like, we're making a lot of money, and we should be doing more with our money than putting it on our ass.
Right. Yeah. That's true. That's true.
So at that time, I seen something on Phil Donahue where they had an investment club, and that was the concept that I wanted to create, with these friends.
Okay.
And it was 10 of us in the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, tell us all about the Phirm Organization. What is it exactly?
Well, the Phirm Organization is a group of professionals. We're no longer young professionals. A group of professionals that we've been together as friends and really have become brothers. We have some ladies that was a part of the founders as well, so we become brothers and sisters over the last 22 years.
Okay.
And we're an investment club, and we start out by investing in ourselves. A lot of us are entrepreneurs, own our own companies, and what we do is we throw events, basically as fundraisers, to help support the dreams and ideas of businesses that we want to start. And from out of this organization as well, we make sure that we put back into the community individually.
Right.
Because honestly, I never was a straight A student that could get scholarships and stuff like that. I was very much a see us passing kind of dude.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And I thought, wouldn't it be dope if there was some sort of scholarship or some sort of support for that kid that just never got in trouble, always did the right things. he just probably, modeling it after myself. He just was a kid that, made sure he picked up the little brother and did the thing he's supposed to do. And, mom could count on them to, come home and do all the stuff. Why is there never no reward for that kid?
Exactly.
Besides, you have to get all straight A's.
Right.
So through our organization, when we do our yearly event that we have every Penn Relay weekend, we're in our 22nd year, we always allot money to give directly to some sort of LGBT youth, some sort of youth period, or even adults that may be in need with, help with maybe a rent payment, or somebody's in college needs some book money or something like that. I like that we can give it to them directly.
That's
versus
awesome.
You send us this long essay and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
If somebody put it out there that you're doing something great in the community, at the very least, you're being a law-abiding citizen or something like that, and you need that one little push of help, then, we like to give it to them directly just to see it, that direct impact. You get what I'm saying? It's a little selfish, honestly, but I want to see your face.
Right.
and I want you to know that we're going to invest in you. I mean, one guy in particular, he was 16 years old, got put out of his house because, he identified as being gay.
Okay.
And he was in school. We paid for his prom dues, his graduation ticket, graduation pictures, everything that come along with, that stuff, of being a senior in high school. And guess what? Now he's in his 30s. He's in his mid-30s. He's a part of the firm. He's doing extremely well in the fashion world. And he was working as a stylist for the Inquirer, the fashion section. He's doing extremely well. And it's just great to see this little kid that used to be, 16 years old. Now he's in his mid-30s, and we know that how it should go is you get the help, and then you can matriculate into the organization and pay it for it.
Yeah,
bro.
that's why I thought it was so fascinating with Mr. Smith, the billionaire who paid off the debts of all the class 2019 in Morehouse. Because
oh my God.
And everyone can't do it on that scale. But what he did was, what I said on the show Monday, he invested into all those students. He invested into their lives. You know what I mean? And so that's what you all are doing. And even if it's not 400 people, at one time, you're doing it. And like you said, this young man who was 16, now in his 30s, he's able to pay it for it. And,
and
talk about that. Go ahead.
And you know what? Just real quick, just piggybacking on that. Really, what I wanted to show through the Phirm organization and individuals, I really wanted to be kind of like an inspiration and almost a challenge, particularly to the brothers in the community. You don't have to be a millionaire.
Exactly.
I'm a regular old dude on a payment plan, paying the taxes on my property.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can make a difference in somebody's life at any small level. You can just recently I was at a event at the Free Library, and these two little boys I know from last year, and I seen them at the event. They remembered me. They were brothers, and I'm like, man, you can't be walking now. You can't be walking around with your feet on flat. Now what's going on?
Right.
I went to my crew, and we went to they sent me, they cash out me money. I met the brothers, took them to Ross. Well, them both appeared. Well, actually was one kid. It was one kid. And the kid said, "Can I bring my brother along?"
Oh, wow.
And so I'm like, "Oh, I didn't factor in the brother, but bring him along. We'll work it out."
Yeah.
Thank God I know how to bargain. I took them both to Ross and got them brand new pair of sneakers, and told my team I want to make sure they don't go to school Monday. I mean, these sneakers was not like today's standard of dirty sneakers. These sneakers were like dirty from like the 70s, wholly busted up.
Yeah.
But that little thing only cost us like $75 to buy two pair of really nice Nikes, sneakers.
Yeah.
And then, I took them to Wendy's, did 2 4-for-4s.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
$8. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we sat down and talked, and hopefully, they said they remember me from last year. So, the whole goal is I want people to associate good things with black men.
Exactly.
I want people to associate caring and consideration with black men, because in our community, unfortunately, that's like a luxury.
It is.
To have feelings and to care about something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want people to see that you can still be a man and care about humans and be human,
Very true. Very true. So,
Yeah.
how is, if someone is listening tonight and they're interested in joining, can they join, or how do they join the organization?
Well, we open up membership every 2 years.
Okay.
And we basically, in our community, all of us are moving around in the community socially.
Yeah.
We watch. It's kind of like a fraternity.
A fraternity, yeah. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Okay.
And you know, and an investment club, right?
Okay.
We watching, you know, who, you know, we might think could be a good fit, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And, you know, what's crazy, because all of us have been together so long.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's hard to matriculate new people
It's
into
hard.
the fold.
Yep.
And especially in the day of social media, where people think you in because you dress nice and you got a lot of followers.
I don't have
but
a clue.
I really,
right.
Yeah. I really operate from how I feel when I'm interacting with you.
Yeah.
Meaning, do you want more? Are you open to learning some things? Right? Because I'm 52 years old.
Okay.
And so you can't be thinking you're gonna come in here at 21 years old. I'm not saying I can't learn nothing from you, but you got to be willing to be able to basically. We want to pass the baton.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to be out, you know, up and down the clubs all day long. You know, the whole goal is to bring in that new blood so they can be doing their work, and then we as the elders be the one that's doing their vibes in the background.
Most definitely.
And so anyway, to come into the organization, it's basically kind of like you show some interest to one of our members, and, you know, we contemplate it, and then, you know, we'll start a process if the fit is a good fit, to be honest with you. If you've been showing things in the community, what I tell people, period, if you're not coming, if you wasn't trying to be a millionaire before you came to me, don't think you're going to be a millionaire when you come to me. Like, it's not my job to make you a millionaire.
No.
You should already been working on it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so that's basically the mindset. So I purposely make it be vague because I don't want nobody to know specifically how you can get in. I mean, we've had people come from every angle of handing me resumes with these really great accolades and stuff like that. But guess what? Remember I just told you I was that same kid that was a D average? Somebody with a D average with no degree can get in the firm.
Yeah.
We have lawyers in the firm. We have doctors in the firm. It's a whole gamut of different types of people. At the end of the day, you got to be a good human and have already been exhibiting that in your life before you came to us. I
agree. That's a great standard. So when you founded this organization back in 1997, did you imagine it would first of all it would still be going and that it covered so much that's doing now? Did you imagine that? Man,
listen, I knew honestly that we will all be long friends.
Okay.
But and my goal was at the very least that Tony's going to be wealthy. You know what I mean? At the very least.
Right.
If they don't get it, then they'll have to be on the outside looking in at the things that I do. And trust me, I'm still working on that quote unquote wealth.
Of course, yeah.
But thank God I don't work for anybody anymore.
That's
I stopped
amazing.
working in the professional world 10 years ago. So I feel like I'm moving towards where I want to be. You're doing better than a lot of people. Thank you. Yeah. And the whole goal is seriously, bro. I'm really big on sharing information. Like everybody can make it. I don't think that the top is a point of a pyramid. Only one person can be on top. I look at it like the top is a floor, and it's a huge floor that a whole bunch of people can live on that floor. And so 22 years later, it's funny because we threw the first party. Penn Relay Weekend is our biggest event. We usually do about 4,000 people from around the country. Okay. And we've never done no less than 2,000 people in 22 years. Wow. And so we threw the first party initially as a fundraiser to take money because you had to pay $500 to be a part of the firm, a member of the firm. Okay. And it was 10 members, so we didn't want to invest that $5,000 in the stock market and then everybody biting their fingernails looking at the stock market every day. Yeah. So I said, well, since we're all popular, why don't we throw an event and then make some money off that event, and we'll put that money in the stock market. If we lose it, then ain't no big deal. Right. Well, the first party, we thought we'd make maybe like $2,000 or $3,000. We made $25,000 the very first party. Wow. Right. And so, and then we knew we had to give back to different organizations that support us and so on and so forth. But 22 years later, the party, somebody just told me, like, you guys are in your 50s and your party still never lost no spirit.
Right. Yep.
That speaks volumes. That speaks volumes to me.
Yep.
Because we're not in it for the popularity. We're really in it because I want people to get their money worth. Because, you know, a lot of time when it's some sort of holiday weekend, you're getting extorted for your money. $90.
Exactly. Yeah. And then parking and all that. Yeah.
Right. And I really just wanted to make sure consistently over these years that you're the celebrity. I don't like how people bring in these celebrities and the celebrity don't really care or be intertwined in the community per se.
Right.
You know, that night they just there to get their check. I want people to know you're the celebrity at our party. So come dressed however you want, your hip hop best or whatever, and you're gonna have a good time, and you ain't gonna have to pay a lot of money, and there's gonna be all the trimmings just like old school. And I think that's what got us through all these years, is that we kept the quality of the perks of what you get with your $20, $40. You know, you get to get a lot of perks with it as opposed to just space and loud music.
Right. Yeah. So in closing, what is it you want everyone to know when they think of the Phirm Organization? What do you want them to know or to take away from?
Well, what I want them to know is that, you know, someone said you need to let people, because of course when you get at this level, a lot of times people scrutinize, like, well, what are they doing? They ain't doing that, and so on and so forth. You know, but we actually are doing a lot, and I'm really, people have been challenging me. That's why I'm doing this show. I'm not really a big public person. I like to be behind the scenes doing a lot of stuff, but people have been challenging me to, you know, let people know what we do in the community. But I'm from the old school of philanthropy, where, you know, if you're going to help somebody, you do it quietly, right? And what the reward or the thank you will come from, like this particular kid, his name is Mark Roman Barksdale. It will come from him. And when we see this kid, he's so well polished, and you know, the work that he's doing in the fashion world, fashion media world, stuff like that. Like he and us know, you know, the support that we gave him.
Right.
And sometimes people want their support and done in discretion, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, and so what I want people to know is that the Phirm is more than a party. We're more than an investment club. We're a little bit of everything. We are brotherhood first. They have looked out for me years ago when I almost lost my home. They all came together, you know, took money off their credit card, $100 here, and helped save my home. And I will never forget it, and I'll never be ashamed of it. When my mom died, my Phirm brothers and sisters were standing out. When I come outside to go to the car with my family, here go all 10 of my brothers and sisters outside, ready to go to the funeral. And we just don't have that in the community anymore, where people don't understand that how you build friendship is you have to go through some stuff in these friendships, right? And
That's
I'm not talking about with each other.
Right.
I'm talking about trials and tribulations that they support you on.
Exactly.
People thinking they're friends because we both share the same followers on Instagram and stuff like that.
Right.
And, you know, not to take away from that, because there is some relevance to it. However, I'm encouraging people to add more texture, you know, to their friendships, because there's nothing like, you know, seeing our friends, you know, when we was 32, 33 wasted, now we 42 wasted. You know, I got, if I don't get a haircut, I'm looking like George Jefferson.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
But it's funny just to see your friend like, yo, we 50. You know, like, that's an accomplishment.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It really is.
Everybody ain't gonna make it to 50. So I guess what I want people to know is that we are organizations that have grown, we have expanded, we have even expanded our views on, you know, life, and we here to embrace and encourage people to build your empire. You know what I mean? You don't gotta be no billionaire. Like, collective wealth is what we have done. We all put in $500. It was 10 of us. That gave us $5,000 right there from the rip.
Yep.
You know, it can be done. It can be done. So
most definitely.
I guess that's the main thing I would want, you know, to put out there in the universe, is that we're here to tell people how we did it. You know, all of us are doing very well. People that were working at the airport, now he has his own law firm.
See?
You know what I mean? He went to law school, completed law. We got people, police officers now, you know, that are lieutenants and things like that. Like, just to be with somebody when we all were like, all right, we all going to wings and things, and we gonna put our money together. We got $40. This is what we gonna get.
Split 20 wings, right? Yeah.
The best way I can explain it, we was like living single back in the day. Like three of our friends had apartments in the same apartment building, running up and down the park. But to see us go from that to being established professionals, everybody own their own homes and stuff like that, like that speaks volumes. And that's longevity of friendship. And that's what we want to inspire and encourage people, to do.
Yeah. Well, listen, you're definitely doing amazing things, and I'm happy to have learned about this organization, and just keep doing wonderful things and uplifting our community.
Yes, sir.
If someone wants to learn more or get in touch, is there any way they can do that?
Yes, they can email me at the Phirm Biz, and it's spelled THE, Phirm, PHIRM, Biz, BIZ, at gmail.com. And attention it to Tony. That's me, the founder.
All right, Tony. Well, man, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And again, continue the great work you're doing. And God bless you, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Keep up the good work. Have a good night.
All right. We'll be right back after this.
All right.
The first time I felt your face, memories can't be replaced. I think the angels in disguise, everything will be alright, 'cause I'm addicted to your love. I bring you the moon, I bring you the stars. If you never
I was 17 with a pair of 23. Used to care about the flashy lights. I used to wanna be like Usher, practice in the mirror. That's when I used to fantasize. With college I would go to with girls I really know you. Frontin' when you broke for real. With that minimum wage, I was minimum saving. Studio money still. Now I'm on the road for real. Leaving all I know for real. Do everything you have to. Life it don't wait for you. Any second could go for real. This is for the dreamers. Everybody dream up. Every time we link up, it's a celebration. Any second might go, go, go up. This is for the dreamers. Everybody dream up. Every time we link up, it's a celebration. Any second might go, go, go. So put it on the line tonight. I was 25, blessed to be alive, chasing my dream this time. Always want to. I used to be scared to. Follow my heart, cause what were the chances that it could happen for someone like me, Now I choose to see, choose to dream, choose to be, choose to see. Cause when it's all over, how you gon' want the world to remember the life you left behind? For real, even all I know, for real. Do everything you have to. Life it don't wait for you. Any second could go for real. Now I'm on the road for real. Leaving all I know for real. Do everything you have to. Life it don't wait for you. Any second could go for real. This is for the dreamers. Everybody dream up. Every time we link up, it's a celebration. Any second might go, go, go up. This is for the dreamers. Everybody dream up. Every time we link up, it's a celebration. Any second might go, go, go. So put it on the line tonight. Singing might, keep rapping might, keep dancing might. Any second might, street baller might blow. College kid might blow. Keep dreaming might blow. Oh, I just can't give up like that. No, I just can't give up like that. 8 years in the boot, that's 8 exact. 8 years in the boot, will not subtract. It took me here, so won't look back. Not here for fame, just love for that. You feel me though? I'm pushing past. Any second might just blow up fast. This is for the dreamers. Everybody dream up. Every time we link up, it's a celebration. Any second might go, go, go up. This is for the dreamers. Everybody dream up. Every time we link up, it's a celebration. Any second might go, go, go. So put it on the line tonight.
All right, what's going on, y'all? This is Ricardo Grim Haunt in the airwaves. Right now, you listening to the Stephen Knight Show. Hey, don't go to sleep without saying your prayer.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Our guest tonight is a chart-topping female hip-hop artist who recently released the new single, LYFE, which is off her re-release of her debut album, Genesis. Please help me welcome the very talented T BARZ. Welcome to the show.
What's good? What's good?
How you feeling? Thank you.
I'm good.
That's good. That's good. So listen, you're from Mobile, Alabama. Tell us how you kind of got your start in the music game.
I started out doing poetry, and that turned into spoken word. And so I grew up dancing and just, all around loving hip hop. So eventually, after doing spoken word and poetry and all that, I felt like it was some missing. So that's when I got over it and started just grabbing beats and then writing to them. And eventually I got into rapping.
Okay. Did it come easy for you? Or because, I know a lot of artists, they start off doing poetry or some kind of writing. Did the rapping part come easy to you, or was it something you had to develop?
It actually came pretty easy to me. Because like I said, I've always liked writing some sort of, whether it was, spoken word or anything like that. And so speaking wasn't a problem for me. So yeah, it came pretty easy.
Okay. And who were some of your the artists that you kind of looked up to coming up?
Artists like, MC Light, Queen Latifah, Missy, Eve, Common, Biggie, Most Def. A couple of those I really grew up listening.
Okay.
Listening to.
How did you create your own style? Because I know with a lot of artists, especially when you're starting out, you may kind of not mock, kind of follow another person's kind of style until you kind of grow into your own and you develop yours. How was your development for you?
I mean, I was just me.
Yeah.
It was, like I said, it was easy. The things that I wanted to talk about, I knew, and as it came out of my brain, I put it on paper. So it wasn't really hard because I've never really been the type to follow.
Right.
So I just kind of wanted to have my own style.
Nice. So last fall you released your debut single "Flexin'," and that was on the three weeks consecutively on the charts. When that came out, and it hit that success, what's going on in your head?
It was just basically me being thankful that people kind of receive my music.
Yeah.
Every artist obviously likes their music, but I'm the type of, I feel like I don't like it, I won't put it out. So even if I like it a little bit, I feel like if I put it out, it's something for somebody out there.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I wanted to make an album. My album, like, whatever kind of hip hop person you are, you're gonna find the track for you on my album.
Yeah. So what has you doing a re-release? What has you to go that route? What decided you make you decide to go that route?
I'm sorry, say that again?
To do the re-release?
Oh, the re-release is as far as with the label, just getting distribution, better distribution and things like that lined up for it.
Okay, nice. So you have a weekly freestyle series called BARZ on Thursdays. Tell us about that.
That was something I was doing. It was just me every Thursday, just dropping something, whether it was from my album or a random freestyle.
Yeah, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Who are some artists you like to work with in the future?
J. Cole, definitely.
Nice.
I would love to work with, like, Missy on something. Just different artists like Janae Aiko, Rick Ross, Chris Brown. Yeah, so there's a couple people out there I'd love to, do a project with.
Nice. Well, like I said, you recently released the LYFE, which is off the re-release Genesis. Tell us about the LYFE.
It's just a good little track, honestly. It's just like let your top down in your car, just ride. It's like a vibe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically about it. It's just about the life, that I want. It's just a feel good vibe.
Yeah, nice. So, what's next for you?
I'll be in July. I'll be performing at Essence Fest.
Nice.
25th anniversary. Yeah, so that's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
Just definitely doing different performances here and there, get my face out there, put more into her, all of that.
So are you an artist, do you prefer live performer, or are you more of a creative, like being in the studio and writing and recording? What's your which one do you prefer?
As opposed to what, Saturday?
Performing live or in the studio creating?
I mean, I get a different satisfaction with each one. So
Yeah.
I collectively want the both with a balance. I can't just be a studio artist, and I can't just be on stage. So I like a combination of both.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. What's your creative process when you're putting together an album or EP? What's your creative process? How you go about doing that?
Honestly, I just take it one track at a time.
Yeah.
I be myself, and I just start writing, and then one by one I go, and I knock out so many tracks, and then that's when I start picking which one I think fits into the album the best.
Do you think you're a hardest critic?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. How do you know like an album like Genesis? How do you know when it's done, it's ready to be released?
Because I go through each song, I just feel a completion with them. Then I'm like, well, then that's it. Because I don't want to sit there and just start to nitpick. Because the longer I sit on there, I'm gonna start to find every little
exactly.
change. Yeah, so I make a couple sweeps through it, and then if I feel good, I let it go.
All right. So your fans, what do you want them most to know about you and your music?
That it's real hip hop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna always give stories, whether it's my stories, whether it's somebody I know. I'm always want to bring back the essence of when you hear a track, you get to kind of go through a timeline of a story, and that's not something that a lot of people do anymore. So I am gonna have a lot of times. Sometimes I'm gonna have those party tracks. I'm gonna have those tracks for the people that love that old school storytelling hip hop.
Yeah. What do you think? A lot of people say hip hop is not what it was, and everything is kind of microwave. What do you say to that in the state of music? You being a current artist in it.
I mean, it's we're definitely in a season of a trend. Everybody's trying to ride a specific trend of a sound.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. You got artists like me who's not really on that trend. So it's just about riding the trend. It's crazy because every trend does die. So
that's true.
That's why I'm so pro just being you, because if I was to kind of transform me and my image into the trend now, what I'm gonna do when it leaves?
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave with it.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just riding out the trend.
Right. Well, it's definitely working for you. The new single, "The Life," off the re-release of the debut album Genesis, is out. Tell everyone where they can pick it up.
Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, Pandora, everywhere.
All right. Well, where can we keep up with you on your social media, your website? What's the best way to keep up with everything T BARZ has going on?
The best way is my Instagram, my Twitter, both is at T BARZ, TBAR, 4 Z's.
All right. Well, T BARZ, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and much success to you with this project and upcoming projects. And thank you for taking time out your schedule.
Thank you for having me.
All right. For more information about T BARZ, go to our website, thestephennightshow.com. We'll be right back.
Spending time, getting to know some things. Yeah. Major vibes, you're playing my favorite keys. Yeah. On my mind, I got you on repeat. Day and night, you're singing your song for me. I haven't loved somebody, gave somebody my time, it flew right There's no need to rush this thing. Yeah. Keep it light while I slowly plug your strings. Yeah. You could write the sweetest melody. Yeah. Your bass line resonates in my bones down deep. I haven't loved somebody, gave somebody my time, it flew right by me. Love somebody, touch somebody, so right you crept up on me. Love somebody, gave somebody my mind, you drive me crazy. Love somebody, touch somebody, so right you could be my soulful baby, soulful. I'll call you my soulful baby, soulful. You could be my soulful baby, soulful. I'll call you my soulful baby, Tell me how you like it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you like it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you like it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you like to sing. Scream it till the every Be my soulful, soulful baby. Be my soulful baby. You could be my soulful baby, soulful. I'll call you my soulful baby, soulful. You could be.
So we taking over. One time.
That's the nigga they chasing, but the trooper she jacking. Forget never suffer, suffer, forget never suffer, suffer. Hungry lion they waiting, but I'm in the setting. That's the nigga they chasing, but the trooper she jacking. I said the trooper she waiting, she checking, she looking like she not know what they are talking. I told her that trouble she causing, the way that she rocking and shaking her to my Onina Fatumata, put it on me like she from Kakata. All the men and scatter, now Benny I want in a chocolate. When you tie your lapa and you wear your skin test, when you rocking your tuma, Bange I want marry you, Chamu I want take you. Anything you want, I give it to you. Take my name, my money, my car, my clothes, my everything, oh. Suffer, I can never suffer, suffer, hungry lion they waiting, but I'm in the setting. That's the nigga they chasing, but the trooper she jacking. I can never suffer, suffer, hungry lion they waiting, but I'm in the setting. That's the nigga they chasing, but the trooper she jacking. Aye. One play you non see fun get capping. Like I said before, hungry line blocking. You leave it, another scam and we'll bop it. Grab it, squeeze it with dry face. That the time you will be trying how to catch it. You know you're missing a casa bete. You fix it, 05 join how to catch it. Then you want speed series now till they get. Pretty girl, let me take you out of dinner. I got a cheddar, forgive me, I was a sinner. Gonna be better from January down to December. Take trips, go to spas even in the winter. So sexy, gorgeous and beautiful. Everything that we do is so memorable. I'm feeling you from your head down to your toes. Don't have to speak on it, I'm gonna show. Setting, that's the nigga they chasing, but they chupa she Jackie. Forget never suffer, suffer, forget never suffer, suffer. I'm relying on the waiting, but I'm in the setting, that's the nigga they chasing, but they chupa she Jackie.
Anytime she walking, the boy them be watching. Anytime she walking, the boy them be jaking. Baby girl, you temptation. Anytime you turn girl, you confusion. Baby girl, you temptation. Anytime you turn girl, you confusion. Baby girl, you blow my mind away. Anytime you turn like way, girl, you make me wanting you tonight. Forget, never, you never suffer. I'm relying on the waiting, but I'm in the setting. That's the nigga they chasing, but the chupa she Jackie. Forget never suffer, forget never suffer. I'm relying on the waiting, but I'm in the setting. That's the nigga they chasing, but the chupa she Jackie.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Adam, how's it going?
It's going well, Steven. How are you guys?
Cannot complain. How was your weekend?
Pretty good. Went out to kind of Central Virginia, just see some friends and stuff over the weekend. So it was nice to get out of the city.
Nice. All right. Well, I'll let you and Chike take away with movie reviews.
Sure thing. So I'll start us off. This weekend I saw X-Men Dark Phoenix, which is kind of the final chapter of Fox's X-Men series. And this film takes place after X-Men Apocalypse from 2016, and it follows really the story of Jean Grey and her transformation into the Dark Phoenix, which is a very popular, probably one of the most popular X-Men comic book storylines ever. So the story just kind of follows her route and what the X-Men must do and the Professor X must do to kind of handle these new powers that she got as the Phoenix and the cosmic rays. It stars, of course, pretty much everyone you've seen since First Class. So we have James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, Jennifer Lawrence, Nicholas Hoult. Sophie Turner is Jean Grey, or Phoenix, in the story. And overall, it was fine. I know it's been getting a lot of bad reviews, but I like the X-Men movies. You know, I'll go see them for better or worse. I actually forgot all about Apocalypse, which came out a few years ago, and I remember not being a super big fan of it. But of course, I'm an X-Men fan, so I liked it, and I think this goes the same route. It's not, of course, the best X-Men movie, but you know, it's fun to kind of see those characters again. And I will say I did like the action scene. So they did a great job with the action, and even with kind of the flaws of the plot. And it's just so difficult to do the Dark Phoenix saga in film form, and they've turned Jean Grey into Dark Phoenix a few times already, or Phoenix a few times in the movies, and it's just such a deep storyline that it was going to be hard to do it in any route. So for what they ended up doing, I think it was fine. It's a good way to kind of send off the series, and now that Fox is getting absorbed by Disney, I'm sure they'll reboot it and have a whole new cast of characters. But again, overall, if you're a fan of the X-Men, you will like this enough. Again, there's just some parts that aren't as exciting, and the storyline can kind of drag a little bit. But it's watching the fight scenes, and that makes it all worthwhile for the fan.
Nice.
Oh, Adam. I guess this is the one where we severely disagree. I did not like it. I did not. So, I guess the argument would be a comic book fan versus maybe someone who got into X-Men a little later. I guess that would be the difference, because I heard a lot of people say it was trash too. And me personally, I'm calling the movie DVD worthy. Watch it at home. It should have went straight to Netflix. I was not pleased. I really wasn't. Coming from knowing what the true story is for the Phoenix, and the Phoenix is just as vital as Thanos is in the Avengers universe. They actually needed more X-Men to handle the Phoenix than what was depicted in the movie. The Phoenix is no joke. And the way that they just, I don't know. First of all, the storyline of them going into outer space, it just didn't happen that Professor X just made a decision, let's just go into outer space. There was a whole big deal about that in the comic book. That was a whole big deal in the storyline. And that had part to do with why Jean was even on the radar for the Phoenix entity. And then the entity is so foreign that an alien race, not the one pictured in the movie. Yes, I'm telling some of the movie, sorry. The alien race that's featured in the movie wasn't the alien race that actually assisted in subduing the Dark Phoenix. I don't know. It was just all over the place. Me as a fan, I could tell that they made it up as they went along. They were doing patchwork with the storyline just to end off the series. I wasn't pleased at all. It was almost the same thing as Game of Thrones. It's like it's the end. Okay, let's throw it together. Yeah, they'll absorb it. Just give it to them. That's what I felt like.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, again, they were trying to fill their last kind of X-Men movie before they got absorbed, and of course, with the way copyrights worked before the whole Disney acquisition too, is they had to keep releasing X-Men movies every certain amount of years, or it would revert back to Marvel and Disney. So this was actually announced 3 weeks before X-Men Apocalypse even premiered. So they had it on their radar. And again, you're right. They could have done so much more. And if you look into the history of this, this was supposed to come out over a year ago, I think even 2017, and then bad test screenings led to reshoots, which led to more reshoots, and it's just getting pushed around and shuffled around. And the Gambit movie, which was then canceled, they kind of took its slot. So this movie had a lot of bad things going for it. But I will say, I mean, I like the action. I thought the action was better than I've seen in a lot of the Marvel movies recently, and maybe that's just because I like the X-Men characters better. But
I'm with you. I like the X-Men characters better. I don't agree with you on the action, though. I think the best X-Men movie that they ever put out was Futures Past. That was a kick-ass movie because it had so many layers to it, and you got to see the ranges of the characters and what they could do, and it was just a better storyline. It was better writing. It was 100%. That was just the best movie.
Any movie with Wolverine is the best X-Men movie. So he trumps all of them. So I will agree with that.
So this is the last thing that I'm going to say about this movie, and then I'm going to move on. With Endgame coming out before Endgame storyboard, the whispers of Endgame, all the buzz in the industry about Endgame. You mean to tell me you couldn't come up with a better X-Men movie with Endgame preceding you? Like, you had a good teacher. All you had to do was follow the lesson plan. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I also got to see Chernobyl, the miniseries. I know you've caught up on it, Chike, and I finally got the chance to watch them all at once.
What did you think about? Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Before we get off X-Men, Steven saw X-Men.
I did see
X-Men.
Did? I did. I thought it was. I mean, like it? I'm not a big fan of all that, but I thought it was good for what it was. I did like the action scenes. I actually like the villain, the alien woman.
Oh, Jessica Chastain.
Yeah, I liked her. She was because she was an instigator. She was an instigator. I went with a group of friends and we were laughing at certain parts because she was like a big instigator. When the Phoenix girl. I thought it was hilarious. I don't know. Then I'll say another part that was funny to me. Remember when she came to the father's house?
Yes. Yes.
She walked in. He said to her, "Who are you supposed to be?" I don't know why that was so funny. That's always something I would say. Who are you supposed to be? I don't know.
Yeah, can I help you?
Right.
Oh my god.
It was okay for me.
Well,
I didn't dislike it. I thought it was pretty good.
No. Yeah, I think it's fine for what it is. It's nothing great, but
right. I didn't like the graphics. Like the graphics when she was in the sky and I guess the
space
power,
the cosmic stuff.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cheesy, but other than that, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I think it's hard to do something like that too. Like, how do you show what cosmic power looks like when you don't really know what it looks like? So,
exactly.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you liked it. So for Chernobyl, yeah, I liked it. So went through it over 2 nights. And for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, it just follows the story of the Chernobyl disaster that happened in the Soviet Union at the time, which is one of the worst man-made incidents, especially dealing with nuclear radiation ever. And yeah, I thought they did a good job with it. It was definitely one of those shows that after I watched it, I read about it because they add a lot of drama to things, and there's some things that may have not happened, but yeah, I mean, the visuals were really good. I was thrown off by everyone having like a British accent and then like the announcements being made in Russian. I thought that was kind of like weird. Like, pick a lane. Are you going to do a Russian movie, give us some Russian accents, or is it just all British people and just keep everything in English and simplify it? So that threw me off. I thought that was kind of like weird. But all the actors did a great job. Again, the visuals were really great. And yeah, I think this was
it's educational
for so long. Yeah,
yeah, very.
Yeah, and again, I will stress, make sure you check after you watch the show. Just look up some of the stuff to make sure you know which ones are facts and which things were exaggerated, just to kind of get an idea. Like, for example, I learned that Bridge of Death thing that they mentioned at the end of the series. No one really calls it that. That's like a local legend. There's no proof anyone died from that bridge. So that was kind of interesting, like little tidbit that they made a point to point out. But then when you read about it, you're like, oh, well, that never really happened. So why did they go through all that?
So I will say this to you, because I don't know if you knew, Adam. So along with each episode, in the extras, there's a podcast with the writer.
Yeah, I just learned.
Those are better than the actual show itself. If
nice.
You can tolerate that, simply because he's giving you facts. He's giving you real account of how he arrived where he arrived in the writing. So, like, for example, the scientist, the female scientist that basically helped everyone out, it wasn't one person. It was like 100 people, and he had to compact it into one person to make it, relatable for screen. So just the different things that he's talking about in the podcast, just the reality of everything and how he arrived at what he arrived and why he exaggerated certain things and lessened other things. Check it out. It's really, really, really educational. And really, it's just so interesting to me. I became a geek just absorbing all that information.
Yeah, I will. And it's hosted. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, keep in mind, just to the people listening, keep in mind, this is a real tragedy that really happened. And we're still suffering the effects of it now, because Chernobyl is a place that is shut down. You just can't go there. They're
still an exclusion zone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely do want to check out that podcast as well because I think, yeah, I'd learn a lot and be intrigued by it. But that was it for me for the past week.
Okay. So I did check out The Chi this weekend. Again, I can't stress to you how great this show is. I'm just wondering where they're going to go since one of the lead actors, Jason Mitchell, has been inappropriate on set, and he's been removed from the show. So I'm just curious how they're going to carry this show into the next season with him being a vital character on the cast. So they've already started separating him from, and I'm sorry I don't have my notes in front of me, but the young lady that plays his girlfriend in the show, we're now at the stage where they're starting to separate them in filming. So they're not doing any scenes together. So it's only a matter of time, of course, for the season ending, and then how they're going to deal with his removal. I'm just curious.
Interesting. Yeah, that'll be really interesting.
So I think that because the show is so young and so new, that they could get a typecast and replace him and keep it moving, and then maybe a little hiccup, but they could get away with it, as opposed to them writing him off totally.
Yeah. And that's probably what they'll do. If it keeps the popularity, then.
Yeah. I'm going to personal shout out to Lena Wade. If you're listening, please keep the integrity of the storyline. Don't kill him off, unless he was going to die anyway. But don't kill him off. I also checked out Big Little Lies. This is the second season from the phenomenal HBO. It started off as a miniseries, but from popularity, it turned into something else. It was like a little project of Reese Witherspoon's and Nicole Kidman's, and they made Big Little Lies, and it became this phenomenon, and they wound up getting another season out of it. And it kicked off the second season last night, and Meryl Streep joins the cast. And Meryl Streep is an acting beast, and already in the first episode, she's given us some of her goods. She's such a joy to watch on this show. Check it out. It's high drama, and it's really, really good because it's a mystery murder situation. You're going to have to catch up through season 1 to know exactly where we are in season 2, because season 2 picks up after whatever happens in season 1. I don't want to tell you if you haven't watched it, but check it out. And what else am I watching? Oh, Claws is on my list. I haven't watched it yet, but be sure I'm on that tonight. And check out Animal Kingdom, comes on Tuesdays on TNT.
Nice. Anything else?
Not from that I've seen, but I will say on the horizon, because I have a feeling you might be asking about that soon.
Yeah.
So Toy Story 4 comes out in like 2 weeks, and I haven't even seen a trailer for it. I can't believe it's coming up so soon, but I do want to see that. That's pretty high on my radar. And then, of course, during the trailer of X-Men, which I've seen many a times, but the Spider-Man Far From Home looks really good as well. And I don't know too much about what they're doing with Mysterio as the kind of the traditional villain, but Jake Gyllenhaal plays him, and it looks like it'll be a really good kind of. This is the first, I guess, Marvel movie after Endgame, so it'll be nice to kind of get back into that little fun groove with Spider-Man.
Yeah. So, in case people don't know, I knew we had a lot of Black Mirror fans. Black Mirror just released 3 new episodes on Netflix. I've seen 2 of them, and they're really out there. So if you're Black Mirror fans, 3 new episodes just got released. Check it out. Let me know your thoughts. Tweet me. Hit me up. Absolutely Cheek Egg. I would like to know, because they're really out there.
Nice. All right. Well, as always, thank you for letting us know what to spend our money on, what not to. Hope you have a great week. We'll talk next Monday.
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right. Right back after this.
want you more every day. I'll never run out of ways to please you, baby. Hey, I'll never leave you alone. Hey there, lover, you're the one that I adore. I'll never let you go. You're the one that makes me lose, control. And you're the one I'll never let you go. I need you. I am night, you're the day. You shine like sunshine, you're my golden lady. Hey, I'll never leave you alone. Hey there, lover, you're the one that I adore. I'll never let you go. You're the one that makes me lose control. And you're the one I'll never let you go. You're the one that makes me lose control. And you're the one I'll never let you go. Fly away. Just me and you, baby. Oh, my love. Just take my hand. Let's fly away. Fly away. Damn, you feel so good. Oh, my love. It's just me and you, baby. Fly away. Come fly away, fly away. Oh, my love. Oh, my love. Give you all of my love. Fly away. All of my love. Fly away. Baby, you're the one that makes me lose control. And you're the one I'll never let you go. You're the one that makes me lose control. The only one for me. And you're the one I can never.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Janelle, how's it going?
Great. How are you, Steven?
I cannot complain. I know you got some wonderful stuff for us.
I do, and just in time for Father's Day.
Yes.
So, of course, you guys know that it's coming up next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you guys try to place an order now, that'll give you about 2 weeks in order to get everything. So, I'm sorry. No, that'll give you a week because Father's Day is this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Coming
This
weekend.
Sunday,
So, that'll give you about a week to get everything. So, you guys need to hurry up. And a lot of these stores have expedited shipping. So you guys can go ahead if you're looking to get anything from your father from any of these places.
That's awesome.
So I'll start off with Saks Fifth Avenue. Normally I talk about the Saks Fifth Avenue off Fifth, which is their outlet store. But today I'm talking about Saks Fifth Avenue because they're having such a great sale. They're having a designer sale right now, and if you shop there now, you can get up to 70% off of select sale styles. Plus, you can get an extra 20% off of select styles, and that's today only and online only for the 20% off. Shutterfly, which is one of my favorite stores to get like
commemorative stuff. They're having a sale, and if you shop there now, you can get an extra 25% off of your order, and it will be delivered to you if you choose expedited shipping just in time for Father's Day. Limited is having a sale, and a lot of people, their mothers are served as their fathers throughout their lives, so you can also still get something for that lady in your life. But if you shop there now at the Limited, you can get 40% off of everything. Off of select styles. Plus, you can get their signature pants for only $19.99. Carter's is having a sale, and if you shop there now, you can get select styles starting at just $4. J. Crew is having a sale, and if you shop there now, you can get an extra 40% off of select styles. Old Navy is having a sale, and if you shop there now, you can get up to 50% off of everything in the store. Plus, you can get flip-flops for just $2, tanks for just $4, tees for just $6, and dresses and shorts for $8. Banana Republic is having a sale, and if you shop there now, you can get 40% off of everything in the store, and that does include clearance items. Neiman Marcus Last Call is having a sale, and if you shop there now, you can get an extra 35% off of everything in the store. And last but not least, Express is having a sale, and if you shop there now, you can buy one, get one for 50% off on all dress pants.
Nice.
So that's all I have for you guys today.
Nice. A lot of good options, so there's no excuse.
Right.
And they can follow this at budgetshopaholic.com, correct?
They surely can.
All right, Janelle. Well, you have a wonderful week, and thank you as always.
Okay, you too. Thank you.
All right. Right back after this.
We in this biatch, like all over our sweethearts. Self-discovery, lesson learned, we on our Alfred Hitchcock. East Coast hard, West Coast hard. Rest in peace to pop, poetic hip-hop. Round and round we go. Life cycle, tick-tock, it's me. Somewhat an anomaly, first degree of hip-hop hypocrisy. Never been in what you motherfucking label me. As I sit back and watch, never interject. Money in the bank with the ill concept. Vision is clear, never gets complex. Chillin' on the scene like Peace Hotel. For the 1800 and vanilla Coke. Sit back and chill, maybe even smoke. Summertime lounging, good to go. Chillin' at the beach, that's how we roll. I make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it super fly. I make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it fly high. I make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it super fly. Make it sexy, baby. Make it shake it, just like sexy, baby. We be the scene stillers, way back and stillers. Hollywood Hill, real dealers, no filters. Lounging in the cut with the cold chillers. Twisted on the sun, propaganda for fun. Run, forest, run, dream builders. Fly establishment, clean with fresh kicks. Good eating, sunbathing where the money went. Harlem bars, Harley stars, two twisted Uber cars. Stripper poles, diamond gold, church basket, tithe and hold. Private gyms, assaulting rims, exclusive diamond fold. Friends, purple label, more stable. Life coach, now you're able. Cabotins, spa stins, freaky hints. But yo, where the money, where to make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it super fly. Make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it fly high. I make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it super fly. I make it sexy, baby. Make it shake it, just don't break it, get that sexy.
Scene stillers, Hollywood heel dealers. Lounging in the cut with the big willers. Rocking clean whips and fresh kicks. Harlem bars, Harley stars, twisted Uber cars.
Car ride by with the booming system. Throwback vibe with a good detention. Lover who you are, don't be scared to mention. Chillin' with my beats, no ill pretension. Catch the waves, dancing days, Sundays, fun days, Fridays, payday, make money any day. Whatever you do, love it and be free. And remember, I'll make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, baby. Make it super fly. Make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it fly high. I'll make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it super fly. Make it sexy, baby. Make it shake it, just don't break it, get that sexy. Make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it super fly. Make it sexy, make it fly high. Make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it super fly.
sexy.
Make it sexy, baby.
The vulnerable one.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Aaron Cosby, how's it going?
Stephen Knight, what up?
Game 5.
Game 5, yes sir. But before we get to Game 5, we have a Game 7 in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Oh, okay.
NHL, yes, Stanley Cup Finals. It's Boston versus St. Louis, so it's tied up 3-3, and Game 7 is in Boston. And
who's gonna win?
You know, I'm for the underdog. And so St. Louis, this will be huge for St. Louis. So I'm gonna say St. Louis. So
okay,
congratulations, Boston.
Right. We'll definitely see. And they play on Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah. So that will be a game that I will definitely watch.
Okay.
Watch that. Yeah. Now, the game tonight, which starts in roughly 25 minutes. Game 5. Who do you have? Raptors or Warriors?
Well, I've been going with the Warriors, but I mean the good thing is KD's back to night.
KD's back. Yeah.
So I'm hoping that they say they're gonna play him in big spurts, but he's starting, and so I hope that he's up to it.
This is it. Like, I mean, this is it. This is
Yeah.
it. Now, do you see them actually winning 3 games in a row? Because that's what
I have to do.
What it'll take.
Right.
Winning 3 games in a row.
I don't think so. I actually think the Raptors are going to win this, win the series. But and it's not that Golden State is. Well, their defense has not been that good at all. That's what's been killing me. Their defense, but but they're playing good overall. But the Raptors just playing a lot better, and they're making more buckets, and they're playing better defense. You know, defense wins games, and they're not playing defense. I mean,
they're not.
All these, just go into the lane, layups. And, it's like easy. You know what I mean? It's like, what are y'all doing? And so when Steph's not on, that's what keeps them alive half the time. But he's not on, or he's missing. He's not getting any help. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I think also this is Toronto's year.
Yeah.
Think about it.
It is.
Playoffs. They have made the clutch shot.
Yep.
After clutch shot, they've been in the situation Game 7,
Mm-hmm.
and they pull it out. It's just their year.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. And I honestly also I think that they wanted more than Golden State. Like,
yeah.
Golden State just seems a little, almost like they just felt that the Raptors were just going to hand it.
Exactly.
Like they were just going to, like just kind of crumble because of the pressure of the finals, and that they were just going to bow down. Oh, this the Warriors. They've been here 5 years in a row. They are the 2-time defending champion. This is theirs. Let's just bow down. Let's just be happy that we're here.
Exactly.
And that's not the case. Nah, the Raptors like, no, we worked our butts off to get here.
Yep.
And we believe that we can win, and we are playing like we are going to win.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say, I think that Toronto is going to win this series.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think that they're going to win it tonight. I do.
That's what you're thinking.
I think, Kevin, it's too little, too late. I just think it's just too little, too late.
Yeah.
I do. If the Raptors do win this game, then I see it going 7 games.
7 games, yeah.
Yeah. If the Raptors lose? Yeah. If the Raptors lose tonight, then I see this going 7 games.
Okay.
If they win, well, then it's over.
Yeah, that's it.
So
that's it.
Yeah. Because Game 6 back in Oakland, I think that the Warriors will just blow them out. I think it'll just be hyped and crazy,
And I need to.
They'll just win. But yeah, we'll see. So I say that the Raptors will win tonight, which means that we'll have a game 6. It's funny how folks talk about the Drake curse.
Oh,
what
yeah.
about the Ron curse? Bruh, because you've heard of the Drake.
The Drake curse, yeah.
With teams or like players,
Yep.
pictures with Drake, or
They lose.
with Drake, and they lose. Yeah. Whenever Ron predicts a team's fate, that team. If I say that they win, they lose. If I say that they lose, the other. I mean, if I say that a team will win,
The other team. Yeah, they end up losing.
Yeah, so let's see if the curse will be broken. I say that Toronto will win tonight and clean it out. It'll be done. And I say that St. Louis will win the Stanley Cup final. So next week we'll talk it out, see what happens.
See what happens, yeah. You want to talk about what happened to David Ortiz real quick?
Oh yeah. He was at a sports bar, I believe. He was at a bar.
A club.
Sports bar,
Mm-hmm.
type of thing, I believe, in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Minding his own business from
Yep.
what it seems.
Yep.
He was just minding his own business.
Uh-huh.
And this person, this dude just shoots him.
From
Shot
behind.
him,
Yeah.
Yeah, shot him from behind.
One bullet.
He's in stable condition, I believe.
Yeah.
And, it looks like he's going to survive.
Yeah.
But the person who they're saying actually did it, man. I don't know if you saw that video, but
Whoa. Well, it was two. There was two. The one that the guys were kind of jumping and telling them to. Right. Right. Yeah, they were beating them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other one, he got away on foot, and so
was this intentional? Was it an accident?
Oh, they think it was intentional, but they said that he doesn't know. His father said he doesn't know anyone, neither of the guys, and they don't even know why he was targeted.
Wow.
But yeah, they had to remove some of his large intestine, I think. But they said that he's expected to make a full recovery. Yeah.
Wow. Crazy.
The Red Sox actually paid to have him flown back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I wish him a speedy recovery. It just goes to show, though, man. It's like which is sad, but at the same time, it's like, okay, once you're at a certain level in life, like maybe you gotta maybe go to certain places that you can't, or maybe certain sections. It's like I get why there's VIP sections in clubs and bars, because he was with everybody. He was at the bar just minding his own business, and he gets shot. So
mind his own business is crazy. Yeah,
mind his own business. But it's just sad that when a person wants to just be among the people,
right,
and not have to, and not kind of be out in the VIP area, but just to be a normal person, and end up getting shot. Yeah. It's sad. Oh, also quickly, props, respects, Tony Parker. He's calling it quits after 18 seasons in the NBA. Tony Parker has officially retired.
He's retiring.
He is, yes. So Tony Parker, champion with the Spurs. I'm sure we all know who Tony Parker is.
Yeah.
Great player. Yeah, that's it. 18 years.
37 years old. He said that's plenty of time to get stuff done.
Oh yeah. This is a whole new chapter that he's about to do. I see him just whatever he ends up doing next, he's going to knock it out the park.
Right.
Tony's a cool guy. Tony Parker seems like a really nice guy. So, congratulations, Tony. Great job, and I wish you all the best in your next chapter, man.
Most definitely. Yeah. All right. Well, Aaron, enjoy the game. We'll find out what happens, and I'll be texting you.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Have a good week.
All right.
All right. Right back after this.
Music machine, lyrics.
This that banger right here, K.
Yeah, boy.
Word. Look.
Do you think?
Look. The product of housing tenements. Try blending with the innocent. Yeah. It's to the moon like we chasing stars. Drinks in the air, we about to raise the bar. High Valerian can speak it, then can eat with us. Dwayne Martin, these niggas is just some seat fillers. Teach, level up, there, see the growth. Cryptocurrency, bitcoins to who need the most. Look. Was quick to want squeeze the toast. These days, bout my bread till I see a loaf. Greedy, couple plates, we gon' eat the most. Point game, if we trail, at least we keep it close. Sipping toast, sipping in moderation. It was written in a proclamation. My obligation to the fairest the will. Give food for thought till they cherish the meal. Swerve it and pill. Chicks, notice the squad. I ain't talking foreign exchange when I study abroad. Know the facade. Got us lunching up an Olive Garden. Talking about portfolios and profit margins. We done finally reached the pinnacle. Without compromising the principles. Life good, overseas, different interviews. Back then, used to do it for the minimal. We done finally reached the pinnacle. Without compromising the principles. Life good, overseas, different interviews. Back then, used to do it for the minimal. Deep slumber, sleep till we see numbers. In a vision, seen it like Steve Wonder. Each summer hit a monetary apex. Lifestyle's much more than having safe sex. Strategic talks, dudes who don't play chess. That's starving, only getting a taste test. Hood thesaurus, finish wines imported. Learn the game from ballers that stay scoreless. Rap we paint portraits. Spitting riddles like we socially awkward. Pyrex jaws to the corporate office. Catapulted movements was flawless. We about to take a sabbatical. Got the bread, the crown's just collateral. We patrolling different avenues. Life's a bitch, used to wanna marry you. Look, it's kinda hard to think practical. Figure simple to new rational. Lack of aptitude, now me down to Georgia Shore. Authoritative, if you spill it, then it's word be law. Coded language, shit you never heard before. Verbal onslaught, like what do you wanna hurt me for? Dig, I'm a lyrical enthusiast. Mumble rap, me these niggas with a crucifix. We used to listen with exuberance. Thinking bars coming from a lack of tutelage. Throwing jabs like a pugilist. Not the best, I suggest you go review your list. We done finally reached the pinnacle. Without compromising the principles. Life good, overseas, different interviews. Back then, used to do it for the minimum. We done finally reached the pinnacle. Without compromising the principles. Life good, overseas, different interviews. Back then, used to do it for the minimum.
We're finally here.
Talk to him, K.
We're finally here.
Boy, lyrics, man. K back to music and shit.
We're finally here.
Feeling this.
We're finally here.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, this is Timothy Bloom, and you're listening to The Stephen Knight Show.
Well, that's our show. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Shout out to Tony Morris of the Phirm Organization and T BARZ for joining us as well. Hope you have a great, great week, and we'll talk again next Monday. Peace and good night.
Tonight is all eyes on me. Everything